I'm playing Dream Daddy again, as you can see. Okay, just gonna go on another date with Matt. I mean, I got this red bean mochi, and I don't know how I feel about it. Don't smoke. Please don't pirate games. Like, I don't... Look, I prefer beef here in the clear. Instead of messaging the guy, why don't I just walk over and grab some coffee? I'm really feeling really sluggish today anyway. Amanda! Amanda sticks her head out of the room. Her room. Father, wanna go to the coffee spoon? Oh, so you get called cool once and now you're the cool dad who hangs out at coffee shops and listens to neo jazz and stuff? Amanda, are you gonna bring your laptop and your leather-bound journal so you can work on your poetry anthology? Look, honey, do you want me to buy you coffee or not? Let me grab my laptop and my leather-bound journal. Amanda and I make the short walk over to the coffee spoon. The place is quiet today, just a few people hanging out and reading books in the cozy little nooks. I walk up to the counter and see a familiar, pierced face. Hey, you were the dude who yelled at a bunch the other night. Amanda casts a sideways glance at me. You tried to sell me shares. And who might you be, miss? This is my daughter, Amanda. The person I am a father to and very protective of. In honor to make your acquaintance, my name is Pablo. Did I mention that I make witch house music? I wouldn't call witch house music, but okay. A piercing blow to my ego, though not one that will dissuade my need to impress you. My innate dad senses tingle. I am overwhelmed with a fatherly protective energy. I must do something to protect my child. The appropriate lines from Taken. Listen here, Pablo. I have a very specific skills, too. I can type pretty fast for people my age. If you so much as harm a hair in my daughter's head, I will be coming for you at a comfortable 80 words per minute after I practice a little. Dad. David! Matt comes out from washing dishes in the back room to meet Amanda and I. He and I high-five, as fellow cool people do. I see you've met my newest employee. At your service. I'm only here until Vacant Veil starts their world tour. Once that, well, we have to put out a record for it first. All right, Pablo, now what do we do with customers again? Right, yes. Pablo clears his throat. Hello, good folk of Maple Bay. Can I interest you in a tasty caffeinated beverage? A smashing pumpkin spice latte, please. A classic, and you? Decaf for cutie. A decaf for cutie, please. Don't want too much caffeine. Decaf sounds like you're settling. I have a very early bedtime that I just can't miss. Oh, The Sound of Settling is a Death Cab for Cutie song, which was the band this was put off of. So when I said it sounded like you were settling, I'm gonna stop talking now. Coming right up. Pablo gets to work making our drinks while Matt observes him. He'll get the hang of it. For as goofy of a dude as he is, kid works hard. Hey man, that concert was a lot of fun. We should hang out again. Hell yes. I'm actually gonna be done training Pablo in a couple hours and is gonna go record shopping. Wanna come along? Absolutely. Pablo brings us our drinks and Amanda buries herself in her laptop. I spend my time sipping my drink and cracking jokes with Matt. Last time we hung out, he told me that he had trouble hanging out with other people, but for some reason he and I can talk and joke like old buds. It's weird, but I feel really comfortable around him. Once Matt feels comfortable leaving Pablo on his own, I say goodbye to Amanda and we start walking to the record store. Have you ever been here before? No. I mean, we have a record player sitting in the living room, but all I have are 2 copies of Frampton Comes Alive. Oh, this should be fun then. We're gonna find you some good stuff. The walls of the store are packed with posters, artworks, stickers, and albums. Records. What? A few people mill around, flipping through milk crates of albums. Some indie band is playing through the speakers. It has a nice vibe. So, why do people still buy records? Isn't it kinda outdated at this point? There's a lot of people who will try to tell you that vinyl sounds warmer or more true to the artist's intent, but I think it's just nice to collect records. It's cool that in this day and age we have just about every song ever created available instantaneously on our phones, but there's something about holding an album and getting to see the artwork in your hands that I'll always love. That's why I try to get as many of the records that I love in physical form as possible. Remember when we were kids and we'd have to just wait around by the radio with a cassette tape so we could record our favorite songs? It made each listen really special. And mixtapes were even cooler because of how much work they took. Now you just make a playlist. I think the last time someone gave me a real mixtape was in high school. I look around the multi-level record store and spot some genres. Future wave, jungle, anarcho-punk, nunsploitation. I have no idea where to even say. Man, this is a little overwhelming. Here, let me help you find something you might like. If you were a milkshake, what flavor would you be? Purple. How could you, if you could only buy one type of candle scent for the rest of your life, what would it be? Purple. No, what? I don't know. Power Violence, Cherry Blossom. What's your favorite ambient sound? Howls of the Bone. Bane. What's your dream vacation spot? Living off the fatherland in Ibiza. What's your deepest, darkest fear? What if nobody exists but me and I fabricated this universe? I fear that I don't deserve happiness and I won't ever get it. I worry that people are nice to me because they want something from me. Saying you too when the waiter tells you to enjoy your food. No, wait. What was it? I was leaving work yesterday and somebody, I think, told me to, like, drive safely or something, and I went, you too! Anyway, Matt thinks for a moment. Oh, I know just the thing. Matt runs to the other end of the store and returns holding a record behind his back. He shows it to me. This is Smokey Rolls Down Thunder Canyon by Devendra Banhart. Sounds like what you need is some Devendra Banhart. Actually, I think everyone needs a little bit of Devendra Banhart in their lives. Whoa, dude, thanks for the recommendation. You're gonna have a great time with it, promise. Matt and I bring our records to the cash register. A young girl with a septum ring and a buzz cut stands behind the counter with one earbud in. Usual stuff today, Matt? Just some late pickups. Matt places 3 albums on the counter. Swear I'm Good at This by Diet Sig, Forever by Mystery Skulls, and Greatest Hits by Remo Drive. Tight. The cashier rings Matt up and hands his albums back in a bag. She stares at me suspiciously. Who's the nerd? That nerd is my buddy David. David, this beacon of human charm is Molly. I got kicked out of art school for destroying my paintings at the end of every critique. Lovely to meet you. Anyway, Matt, is the open mic night still on? You know it. Are the Third Wave's gonna do a special acoustic performance? I might see if I can get a few of the girls together. There's an open mic night going on? Yeah, dude, we do it every month at the Coffee Spoon. Some amazing talent always comes through. Got a flyer for it right here. You and Amanda should come by that night. Not both this. I mean, if you're not doing anything. Will Vacant Veil be playing? If only. I finished paying for my record and we head out of the store. Man, what a trip down memory lane. I haven't been in a record store like that since Vans had shag carpeting. Now that you mention it, isn't it strange to think of all those weird little musical memories? How do you mean? Well, I think music is a very time and place sort of thing. A song is important to me, not only in that I think it sounds good, but where I was and what I was doing when I listened to it. There's music that reminds me of exes, of struggling through school, of being so poor I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. All that stuff. And listening to those songs reminds me of those moments of my life. Yeah, now that I think of it, even the pop concert Amanda made me take her to is special to me. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the band, but hearing their songs on the radio reminds me of how young and excited Amanda was. And then that even reminds me of younger me going to see my favorite bands in concert with all my friends. We would always go to my friend Cynthia Chapman's house beforehand and smoke pot in her basement like we were so slick. Her parents definitely knew what we were doing. Wait, when was the last time you smoked pot? Matt stops and thinks for a moment. It's been decades. Dude, me too. Where do you even get pot now? Is that even what the kids call it these days? I don't know, but I bet I could find out. Do you want to get high and listen to her new records? Yeah, why not? Matt pulls out his phone and starts texting. After a few minutes, he looks up and smiles at me. Ah, Molly's got a hookup. Says to meet in an alley near the coffee shop. Okay, if it turns out it's the feds, you make a pick of it and I'll take the heat. Just promise me you'll raise Amanda like she was your own. You realize that weed's been legalized in the state, right? I definitely knew that. But we live in dangerous times. Who knows what lurks in the seedy underbelly of Maple Bay? We could find ourselves on the wrong end of a deal gone bad. Just look out for Amanda. I swear. Oh, here's a guy. Coming around the corner of one of those nasty grease dumpsters, shrouded in darkness, is a lean figure dressed in all black. Excuse me, Mr. Jugman. Surprise, the person almost jumps out of their skin. It's Lucian, Damien's son. Who sent you? We're cool, man, we're cool. So, for all I know, you could be with the feds. Actually, we just prove you're cool. What? I need to know that you're cool, you're down or I bolt. Like mutually assured destruction. Look, man, we're trying to buy drugs from you, and we know you sell drugs. You have dirt on us, we have dirt on you. We're in this together now. Look, it's fine, I get it. Buzzcut and Molly said you were coming. Okay, now that formalities are out of the way, let's make a deal. Alright, how much do you want? One. One what? Yeah. He means weed, Lucian. Yeah, but how much? One? Oh my god, look! Here, take this and give me $10. Just don't tell my dad. Let's all forget this ever happened. I won't tell your dad if you don't. Lucian hands me a baggie of something and disappears down the alleyway. I open it and take a deep whiff. Smells like genuine drugs. Yes, sirree. That went smoothly. Yeah, we should get off public property before we smoke this. Great idea. Let's head back to my place, yeah? Wait, where's Twitch? There we go. Matt and I walked to our cul-de-sac. Yeah, shut up, Twitch. And stop at a gas station on our way to buy rolling papers and soda. I feel like I'm 16 again. Clemencena's having a sleepover tonight, so that gives us all the time we need to do drugs. Awesome, let's do some drugs. Matt pulls one of the records out of his bag and puts it on for us. I plop down on a comfy leather couch and look around his place. There are a bunch of band posters in his band collection, and his record collection takes up an entire wall. Whoa, what a collection! Been collecting my whole life. It was nice to finally get them all in one place after being on the road for so much of my life. I had to ask my parents to hold on to them for me. Matt sits down next to me and we lay the marijuana drugs out on the coffee table. Do you want to do the honors? Please, it's your house. If you say so. Matt pulls out some rolling papers and sprinkles some of the beatnik tobacco onto a piece. He starts rolling it back and forth, and the paper breaks almost immediately, spilling drugs all over the couch. Never was too good at this. Matt tries again, and is able to successfully roll a nice-looking weed cigarette. He hands me a lighter in the blood, I think, and I take it. Well, let's rip that golf fairway. Yes, let's do that. I light the joint and inhale deeply. This is not what I remembered. It's been a while, though. Maybe pot drugs have just gotten more potent since the last time I smoked. I pass the joint to Matt and cough a little bit. Shouldn't sting this much, or am I just a baby? Matt takes a hit and his eyes go wide. That's not weed. Oh, God. Did we develop a taste for meth? No, it's... Matt takes another hit and winces. Yeah, this is oregano. I sniff at the air. Yeah, that would definitely explain why it smells like a pizza place in here. That little punk ripped us off. Oh well, we can still relax and enjoy the music sober. You know what? You're right. We sit and listen through the Diet Sig album that Matt brought, which is catchy as hell. I look around the room again and see photos of Clemencita growing up. I spot a young woman with a huge smile in one of the pictures with the two. Who's that? Oh, that's Rosa. She was Clemencita's mother. She died when Clemencita was young. I'm sorry to hear that. Amanda lost Alex at a young age, too. I can understand how hard that must have been. I look around again, spotting a framed gig poster hanging on the wall. On it, there's an illustration of Matt and Rosa surrounded by flowers. The cursive lettering reads, "Stillness of the Dancing." Looks like they played the Soundgarden over a decade ago. Were you two in a band together? Yeah, that was the reason I was touring so much when I was younger. We traveled the whole country in this vinky-dink little van. It was hard to start, but once we started gaining notoriety and seeing how much our songs meant to kids, it was just incredible. Wow, that seems like a life some people only dream of. It was, and it was difficult at the same time. I couldn't have done it without someone at my side. Rosa and I knew we couldn't do it forever. The long hours on the road, missing your family, sleeping in the van, all that stuff. So once she became pregnant with Carmencita, we put down roots in our favorite town to play in, right here. Since she was a kid, Rosa always had a dream to own a quiet little coffee shop. She died before it opened. I'm so sorry. Don't be. I'm not really sure what to say. I couldn't possibly count the number of times I told people the same thing after Alex died. Matt gets up to flip the record. Next to the turntable, I notice a dusty piano. Do you play? I'm out of practice. I used to jam on the keys back in the day. Oh yeah? I fronted the hottest 7-piece ska band that Eagle Rock Bay High School had to offer. No way, you had a ska phase? Phase? Ska never dies. Except for his Communist Manifesto, who broke up after the senior talent show to pursue solo careers. Dude, that's so bad. Matt pulls out the piano bench. Give me some of that two-tone, love. Oh man, let's see if I still got it. I sit down at the piano. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. I start jamming out a piano rendition of the famous song you would play at parties in hopes of getting people to like you. I don't really remember it. Cool. Alright, buddy, can you top that? I shouldn't. Oh, come on. No, it's been a long time. Never too late to get back into it. Matt, you just sat through a butchered version of Wonderwall by Oasis. How much worse can it be? Matt stares at the piano for a second. Okay. Matt closes his eyes and runs his fingers over the keys. He breathes in deep and starts playing a melody. If I didn't know that he hadn't played the piano in a long time, I would never have guessed. Matt plays a soft, sweet tune filled with emotion. I've never heard this before. Is this one of his original works? That's so cool. Matt finishes the song and finally opens his eyes. How was that? That was amazing. Oh, it's nothing. Come on, man, that was killer. Are you gonna pull that out for open mic night? Oh no, I never play at those. Well, why not? You're really good. I just don't do it anymore. I just don't like being up there and alone and having so many people stare at me. It doesn't feel fun anymore. I can sense that Matt's getting uncomfortable at the thought of it. I won't push him any further. Alright, man, but I hope you know how beautiful your music is. Thanks. Matt and I sit and listen to more records until it gets late and I decide that I need to go to bed. Matt walks me to my door. Let's never tell anyone about the oregano, okay? Deal. Wait, can I tell my doctor? I don't know anything about the health effects of smoking oregano, and I think we'll be fine. Night, dude. I smile. Night. I walk inside and the house is dark, save for this sliver of light coming from beneath Amanda's door. I knock lightly on the door and enter Amanda's room. She's sitting at her desk with her camera, editing photos. Hey, Amanda. Amanda swivels around in her chair to face me and slumps down. What smells like a pizza parlor in here? What? Nothing. So, what's up? Dad, I'm hungry. Wait, no. Hi, hungry? No, I'm dead! Amanda collapses on the floor. I promised myself I'd never let it come to this. Sorry, kiddo. You set it up, I spike it down. You're a monster. Want some spaghetti? Yes, please. Amanda and I boil pasta and heat up sauce in a pan. Well, I boil pasta and heat up sauce while Amanda watches. Despite my best efforts, I'm not able to set it on fire. I was record collecting. It was great. Did you know that Matt used to play in a band? No way, was he good? I don't know if the band was good, but he played some piano for me tonight, and it was amazing. He played piano for you? Dude. Yeah, I brought it up that you should play at the open mic night that's happening in the coffee shop, but he got kind of weird about it. Hey, I saw a flyer for that. We should go. It's not too late to start a father-daughter punk band and play a couple tunes there. Yeah, let me pick up my glockenspiel. I think I only know hot cross buns, but we can work off of the chord progression. Amanda and I have a nice dinner before she goes back to her room to do photography stuff. I end up watching True Life. I'm a house hunter. They're staging an intervention for the house hunter who's crying uncontrollably over the color of the walls. They know they can paint the color of their walls any color they want, right? That song is stuck in my head all night. The only acceptable time and place is for decaf coffee is never and in the trash. 5:20. B. Never give up. Never remember. Try and drive in a way where you never have to use your brakes. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but I can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda. The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strange. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Something must have happened. I was not paying attention. Get out. Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Wow, what is she so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever is bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster lever and takes his still freezer-brained waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on a wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she wanted to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and I was like, nothing ever happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided if I force her to talk about it, I'm only gonna make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin, what? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah, I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I feel like there's something wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, whatever it is. And you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da! Dad. It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over. And this is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big ol' hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve us up some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes? I guess I should start from the top. So you know how Emma I is going to that fancy high school in California, right? Emma I. The one who puked and Ted got the best friend? You got it! Wow, proud of you. Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I feel like I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot of more time with Gracie and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out from Rosie M that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's on the same night, and they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes. So, another important piece of information is, God, this is embarrassing. I, have a crush on Noah, and, that's the thing. What? Whoa, I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay. You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma I, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just keep quiet and keep going about my business. Amanda sighs. And then one day everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones out for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like, simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable. So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court, and who do I see there but Gracie, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. What? It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there, and I'm like, hey! And Gracie drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does, and Emma R just, like, glares at me. Grace, nothing's coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the... Did she poop the bed too? No, Dad, please stick with me. Grace is the one nobody likes. Oh, I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck. Which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left without nachos, might I add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R, asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following? What did Emma I say? Oh, okay, get a load of this. Emma I says, you know what, let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads, word for word, a Nigerously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, I not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I am trying my best to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months, so I told her she's being a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay, and then she left me on red, and then, wait, left me on red? What's that? Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply. And I know because they read receipts. I don't know what read receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understood. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable. And I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots out of everything I told you through the group chat that I got kicked out of. Okay, I think he lost me at screenshots. But that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me. Half my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma R has been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everybody just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected that I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow, I know it's pretty dumb. It's not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. High school sucks. Honey, high school sucks. You make friends with people just because they're there. When you're still living in your hometown, there's a pretty small pool of people to choose from. But once you go to college, once you get out there into the real world, you're going to be exposed to all sorts of people, and it's going to be easier to make friends with people who really get you. Some of those friendships can last a lifetime. I mean, look at me and Craig. And some of them only last a little while, and that's okay too. You're going to make so many awesome new friends at art school. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing. And if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I miss high school. Like, not in a, peaked in high school kind of way, but it's just like a, I don't know. Like, well, for one thing, I missed out on half of my senior year because of COVID. So, like, but also, like, I hated school, but I hated the school. Like, the school that I went to, because it was a piece of crap, but I loved my teachers. And, like, yeah, I don't know. I thought that, like, everything would be better once I left high school, but it's not better. It sucks. College sucks. College is worse than high school because you have to pay to go there. Anyway, I'll keep that in mind. I looked down at the table. Did we just eat the whole cake? Yes, we did just eat that whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes the door, she turns around. Hey, Pops? Yes? Thank you. You are always welcome. Love you, Amanda. I love you too, Dad. All you see is a coat of wax after a wash. What? Like a car? Craig, shut up. I'm dating Matt. Because why not? Save and continue. Matt and I have spent a lot of time together lately. After we went record shopping the first time, it sort of became a weekly tradition for us to go about Vinyl Fantasy 7 for new releases. On quieter days, I'll go to the Coffee Spoon just to hang out with him. He's been trying to get me to branch out from my usual black coffee to try new drinks, and they're always delicious. Since I've been spending so much time with Matt, Carmencita and Amanda have become really close friends. Amanda's taking Carmencita under her wing, teaching her about photography, helping her with homework, and introducing her to music that's not just boy bands. Well, she did end up taking her to one of those scream, cry, dancing boy concerts so Matt wouldn't have to go. Truly a heroic move. I can tell that Carmencita really looks up to her a lot, so it's great that Amanda's trying to be a good mentor. The open mic night is tonight, and Amanda and I busy ourselves getting ready. I try to pick out a nicer outfit than usual and pace around the room. A bunch of really cool bands are going to be playing, and I'm excited to see them. I haven't been to a show since the first time Matt and I hung out. It's weird. Ever since Matt played piano for me that one time, I've never been able to convince him to do it again. He's told me that he also plays guitar, drums, and even the trumpet. He still won't play any of them. For someone so passionate about music, it's strange that he doesn't want to actually play it. You ready to go, Pops? I can hear Amanda in the hallway as she approaches my room. Yep. Amanda pops her head in and looks me over. She pinches the bridge of her nose. Dad, we talked about this. What? The sandals. They're older than I am. Vintage, some would argue. I thought you threw them out. Amanda, since when did you enroll in the Fashion Police Academy? I got kicked out because I was a loose cannon who didn't play by the rules. For example, you're not allowed to mix florals, but you totally can if you have a good eye for color. You're out of your jurisdiction, rookie. Amanda guides the door until I pick a better outfit. Stop. Those sandals are going directly into the evidence locker. It's the trash. I propose a compromise. I keep the sandals, but I won't wear them today. Then we have this exact same argument the next time I try to pull them out. I guess. Come on, Dad. We gotta go. I've never seen the Coffee Spoon so packed. I spot familiar faces from the pub concert, all sipping on their caffeinated beverages of choice. A couple of people are setting up on stage. I don't see Matt, but I'm sure he's busy in the back. Amanda and Carmencita find each other immediately and do their secret handshake. Some complicated clapping with their hands and then a big hug. David! I turn to see Hugo sitting at a table with none other than Damien. Fancy seeing you two here. I am, as you know, a dedicated patron of the arts. It's a bit of a tradition between Damien and I now. Matt's open mic nights always seem to bring out the best talent in town. Sometimes. Sometimes it gets a bit odd, even for my admittedly eclectic tastes. You guys seen Matt around here? Yeah, he was just helping that Pablo kid get some equipment out of his van. Whoa, Vic and Vale's playing his set? What? It's, Witch House. Damien's ears perk. What is that? I don't know. Well, it sounds delightful. Amanda says it isn't. Shame. Alright, I'm gonna go find Matt and see if he needs any help. I head to the back room with the coffee spoon, where I found Matt going over some last-minute show details with Pablo. My dude! Pablo and I share a full-on, sincere bro hug. Glad you can make it, David. I wouldn't miss it for the world, man. You guys need any help? I think we're all set, actually. Pablo, can you remind me what order people are lining up in? Oh, you got the handsome and unforgettable Vacant Veil, opening the set with some selections from his new album, Witch Diaries. And then the third waves are all extremely attractive and could beat me up, and I'd still be into it. I'm playing a 3-person acoustic set. We got a little bit of spoken word in there, a magic act, and it looks like we're closing with Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. No, absolutely not. I remember that ridiculous set this band put on when they opened up for Pub. Sometimes when it's quiet, you can still hear the sound of an accordion being violently thrown against the wall over and over. They weren't that bad. No, you don't understand. The last night they played open mic night, they lit their bassist on fire, and the fire marshal had to shut us down. They also refused to pay for their drinks. Yikes, they're not playing tonight. Well, they're outside, all 17 of them. Tell them we're full. Then who's filling their spot? I'll do it! I'll play! What are you doing? What? What would you even do? Stop talking! Close your mouth! The Communist Manifesto is making a comeback for solo show. I thought you didn't know how to play anymore. You don't know how to play anything anymore. Scott comes to you in the hour when you need it most, without fail. Stop being so desperate to please your heart friend, David. Is there a keyboard in it? Your unending thirst will be your ultimate downfall. Yeah, I have one right here. Then it's settled. Dude, are you sure? No, I'm not. I'm sure Scott has generally played with staccato notes on the upbeat. Well, as long as nothing gets set on fire, it can't possibly be worse than Jonathan Jones in the Speakeasy Choir. Matt grabs me by the shoulders and stares into my eyes. Thank you, David. I owe you big time. I settle back into my seat with Amanda and watch the show start. The house is packed now, with a few people even standing outside to watch. What have I gotten myself into? Amanda, I may have made a mistake. Dad, if you bought a brand new pair of those sandals in hopes I would be okay with you wearing them, I swear to you, I agreed to pull out my scar. No, absolutely not. I had to help Matt. Dad, I love you and I support you, but we left Ska behind for a reason. Look, it's either this or in the splash zone for a group of 20 musicians all crying at the same time for the sake of art. And I'm not being hyperbolic about the splash zone thing. They literally hand out ponchos. Somehow this is the preferable option. I just have to play the thing. Play what thing? You don't know how to play any instruments. Just promise you'll still love me after this. I promise. But I might have to change my last name, and I hope you'll understand. Of course. My new last name is going to be Fireblast. Amanda. Or maybe Cold Steel. Matt takes the stage to a roar of applause from the crowd. He grabs the mic and addresses all. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Matt's so nervous. And I'm so nervous. I can't stop staring at his mouth, and that makes me even more nervous. We have a jam-packed roster of amazing local talent who you might already know or maybe have seen before, but would like to see again, and I'm rambling now, sorry. Aw, Matt! So, let me just bring on a dear friend of mine who's making his live show debut. Please welcome to the stage, Vacant Veil. The crowd cheers again, and Pablo bounds up the stage beaming. He sets up his 2 laptops and keyboard and launches into a set. Thank you, everyone! This one is called Witch House Never Dies, and you're next. Pablo hits the crowd with a heavy, inaccessible synth bass layered on his jump samples and clips from sci-fi shows played in reverse. It's maybe not the right show for this, but everyone seems to be enjoying whatever this is. At the end of the song, Pablo jumps on the mic. Thank you to all the veil wearers who came out tonight. A portion of the crowd cheers. He has a fan base already? He has a name for the fan base? This is his first live show. You can buy t-shirts out of the trunk of my car after the show. Also, I'd like to thank my mom for coming out to watch me play. You're my rock, Ma. Love you, honey! Pablo plays a few more songs that are actually super fun to listen to. Wow, definitely did not see that coming, especially after Amanda's strongly worded thoughts about the genre. Once he's done, he vacates the stage and Matt jumps back up again. Big round of applause for our very own Pablo, who coincidentally works here. Yay, Pablo! And hey, Anyway, next to a group of young ladies who've been tearing up the West Coast with Giant Punk for 3 years now. Years. 3 years. Sorry, the writing on my hand smudged because I'm sweating. I shouldn't have told you all I'm sweating. I'm sorry. Wow, he seems just as visibly nervous as I feel right now. Put your hands together for the third waves! Buzzcut Molly from Final Fantasy VII takes the stage, followed by 2 girls with colorful hair and fishnet stockings. All of them are wearing combat boots, and all of them look mad about something. The set is so energetic that it almost seems like a pit is gonna open up in the coffee shop. I look over to Amanda, who's clearly enjoying the hell out of anarchic female-friended punk rock. Dad, can I get a lip ring? Sure, if you prefer it yourself. Come on, it's not fun if it's not an act of youthful rebellion. After the third wave closes out their set, a variety of acts play to the delight and sometimes sorrow of the crowd. The magician tries to turn a cup of coffee into a cup of coins, but ends up just spilling hot coffee all over himself and chopping the coins. As each act leaves the stage, I get more and more nervous. There's so many people here. I don't know anything about how to make the piano, about how to play the piano, other than it has keys and you have to touch the keys to make sounds. Also, I almost spilled the flat white stripes in my hand because it's trembling so much. No joke, Dad, I'm rooting for you. You're gonna knock him dead. Thanks, Manda Panda. An improv comedy group takes a scene. They take suggestions from the crowd and end up doing a scene that was supposed to be about comedy, but instead turns into 5 minutes of dick jokes. Classic. I have a hard time laughing. My stomach's tying itself into knots. Not just regular knots either, like the kinds of knots that you get when you throw your phone charger, headphones, and laptop charger into the same bag. Out of nowhere, Matt sits down next to me. Hey, are you doing okay? I'm totally fine. I want to reassure him that I'm okay, but I can't get the words out. I'm here. Alright, just making sure. I know you're gonna do great, David. Matt squeezes my shoulder and jogs back up to the stage. Everybody, we're down to the last act of the night. Now this person, who's my friend, is making their return to the stage after a long hiatus. Please welcome, formerly of the Communist Manifesto, David Lamson. Everyone cheers as I take the stage. Damien and Hugo are staring in shock. Hey, everybody, good to be here. Thanks for having me on. Great crowd. My name is David, but you can call me by my stage name. Tomas Kalnoki. The crowd claps politely. I sit down at the piano. That's a lot of keys. That's so many keys. Do pianos usually have this many keys? God, these lights are really bright. Someone coughs. I guess that's some good stage banter. And now I have to play a song. The song is called Beam Me Up, Scotty. Deep breath. How hard can it be? A bird in hand is better than a bird in the eye. No matter how disastrous this is, you just have to make it through this whole song and I'll have saved the day. Here goes nothing. Oh. Wait. Huh? Well, please sing along. Huh? Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Huh? What? Take warning, if you don't skank tonight, it'll be alarming. Everybody, Scott! Beam me up, Scotty! Beam me up to the Star Trek Enterprise. Piano solo. Bravo! Am I done? Doing your best to save an S. Medicine is not always the best medicine. I look up at the crowd. I see a bunch of people shifting in their seats. Oh no, I'm living them. God really is dead. I killed it. Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone! Like a checkerboard tie-wearing angel descending from two-tone heaven, Matt walks on stage playing the guitar. We lock eyes and he gives me a reassuring smile as he effortlessly plays the chords to the song. I look out and see the crowd go wild to Matt's appearance on stage. Everyone's bouncing around now. It fills me with renewed energy as we jump into the chorus. Beam me up, Scotty! Beam me up, Scotty! Beam me up, Scotty, to the Star Trek Enterprise. Matt jumps into an improvised solo that was way better than the one Darren Springstead wrote in high school. We make it to the end of the song in one piece and the crowd goes wild. I'm moist with sweat, head to toe. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Sella. The crowd practically screams. They all start chanting Matt's name. They want to hear you play, man. Matt smiles. I think I'm ready. I excuse myself from the stage and take my seat next to Amanda as Matt cozies up to the microphone. I take back what I said about Scott. That was pretty cool. High five Amanda and we look toward the stage. Hey everybody! More cheers. I haven't played in front of people in a long time, but it's cool to be back. This one goes out to a good friend. Matt locks eyes with me. We both smile. Who helped me to be able to do this again. Thank you. This is an old one from Stillness the Dancing. The entire crowd excitedly jumps to their feet. Matt closes his eyes and starts playing an upbeat, intricate melody. The crowd sways to the music. Matt looks entirely at peace with a small smile on his face as he sings. After he finishes his song, the crowd insists on an encore. He ends up playing a few more tunes to an adoring audience before thanking everyone for coming out. The moment he steps off stage, he gets mocked by people. Everyone seems to be amazed that he's playing again. Damien and Hugo thread their way through the crowd to talk to me. That was amazing. It was certainly a sight. Do they make industrial dark wave ska? I'm not too sure if that genre exists, but it's never too late to start a band, apparently. I glance back over at Matt, who's hugging a bunch of people. They really seem excited to see him play. Well, yeah, he hasn't played since he lost Rosa. What? I didn't realize. It suddenly all makes sense why Matt was so reluctant to play. It must have taken so much for him to jump on stage with me just now. The crowd slowly filters out into the street as the show ends. I decided to stick around a little longer to see if I can talk to Matt. Hey, I'm taking Carmen Cita to get ice cream. Is it okay if she sleeps over? We're gonna paint our nails and start a punk band. Yeah, go have fun. Just please don't wake up the neighbors with any biting truth about the government or whatever. Don't worry, we'll wake them up figuratively instead. Amanda and Carmen Cita bump fists and head out. I spot Matt finishing up conversations with a couple stragglers on the way out of the coffee shop. Hey, Matt. Hey, dude. Need help closing up? I'd love that. Matt and I stack up chairs and sweep the floor in silence. We carry the stage equipment back to Matt's van, where we see Pablo swelling merch to a crowd of people out of his truck. Shrunk. Shirts of the finest quality. Every step of production from start to stitch overseen by yours truly. Graphic designs fit for a king. That kid's gonna go far. We head back into the coffee shop. The coffee's brewed, and Matt puts the finishing touches on closing. When we're all done, Matt and I lean up against the counter. Thanks for saving me from myself up there. All in all, it ended up being pretty cute. Plus, you protected me from Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. Someone told me they tried to do a street performance on the road, and they all got arrested for trying to form a human pyramid in traffic. Did it feel good to be on stage again? Yeah, it really did. I heard you stopped playing after your wife died. I didn't realize it'd been that long. Yeah. Matt looks like he wants to say something, but is having a hard time getting it out. He takes a deep breath. I'm not really a people person, obviously. Crowds make me nervous as all hell, which is, not exactly the best for performing live music. But when I was with Rosa, she lit up the room. I could follow her lead. After she passed, I was lost. Even touching her guitar hurt too much. I tried playing for people over and over, but the music would never come out, so I just gave up. I guess what I'm trying to say is, life wasn't this scary when I had someone in my corner. Someone I felt safe with. I, hadn't felt like that for a long time. Until tonight. What changed? You. Blood rushes to my face. When I saw you looking so scared on stage, you reminded me of myself. And I don't want anyone else to have to feel that bad. But when I got up there and started playing for the first time in forever, I felt comfortable. I was having fun. I'd spent all this time being so afraid of performing that I forgot how much I loved it. Your strength gave me strength. So, whether you trying to or not, you got me out of my comfort zone. So, thank you. Thank you for helping me realize that I can do this. I'm glad it could help. You coming on stage, I didn't think you would stick your neck out for me like that. Especially considering all of this. That really means a lot to me. Well, you mean a lot to me. Matt and I lock eyes. He leans in and kisses me, quick and soft. He pulls away and covers his mouth. Oh God, I'm sorry. Sorry, I can't believe you just did that. Neither can I, but I'm glad you did. Our lips touch again. I push his hair out of the way and rest my hand on the small of his back. That pulls me closer. Everything about him is sweet and soft. His lips taste like vanilla. He smells like coffee cake. I can feel him smile through the kiss, which makes me smile. He laughs into my mouth, and I can't help but laugh too, our teeth knocking against each other. Ow! The moment I open my eyes, I realize we're still leaning against the espresso machine. Maybe the coffee shop isn't the right place for this. Maybe you're right. Let's go back to my place. Don't smoke! Date complete. Good tire pressure is essential to optimal mileage. It's weird to ask people about their mysterious hand tattoos. Yeah, Mickey. It's rude. She's asleep. Whoa, I think I have everything finally set up. Amanda should be here any minute now. I think that's her car in the driveway. Okay, gotta act natural. Be cool, David, be cool. Amanda walks through the door with a suspicious look on her face. Hey, Dad. Off to a good start. Something fishy? Rats. Sorry, sweetie, it's the feds. The life of crime is finally catching up to you. I tried to send him on a different direction, but even I'm no match for the power and funding of the U.S. government. Well, if they think they're gonna take me alive, they got another thing coming. I'm kidding. You're right. I have a little surprise for you. Yeah, I can tell. You're very bad at lying. Amanda, my dear, would you care to join me in the kitchen? Father, it would fill my heart with glee. I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table, where a present lies covered under a tablecloth. It's nothing special, but I wanted to get you a little something. You graduated high school last week, and I know you told me not to make a big deal about it, but, aw, Dad, I dramatically whipped the cloth off the table. Amanda's jaw drops. No way! I figure you probably want to be able to get cable in the dorm, so I thought it might be nice to take a piece of home with you. A DVD box set of Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Triggers? This is all 19 seasons! And bonus material, including commentary with actual ghosts